Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you try, how kind you are, you still get taken advantage of? You give your all, but what you get in return is betrayal and disappointment. If this sounds like you, then today's video is a must-watch. We're going to uncover a forbidden lesson from Machiavelli, a secret that, once understood, will completely change your understanding of human nature and social rules. It might even feel a bit dark, but this lesson is the key to protecting yourself and truly gaining control over your life. Let's start with the story. Imagine a kind-hearted prince who has just taken over a kingdom. He believes in ruling with compassion and generosity. He showers his subjects with gifts, forgives his enemies, and trusts his ministers completely. In the beginning, everyone praises his kindness. They call him a benevolent ruler, a blessing to the nation. But what happens next? His generosity drains the treasury. To continue his lavish giving, he has to raise taxes, which angers the common people. The enemies he forgave see his kindness as weakness and start plotting to overthrow him. His trusted ministers, seeing that he's too soft, begin to pursue their own selfish interests, carving up his power right under his nose. Soon, the kingdom is in chaos, and the once beloved prince finds himself isolated and facing rebellion from all sides. His kindness, his virtue, became the very thing that led to his downfall. This story isn't just a fantasy. It is a scenario that has played out countless times in history, and even in our own lives. We are taught from a young age to be good, to be kind, to trust others. But we often find that this approach doesn't work in the real world. Why? Because we overlook a crucial, yet uncomfortable, truth about human nature. This is where Machiavelli's forbidden lesson comes in. In his famous book, The Prince, Machiavelli made a shocking argument: it is much safer to be feared than to be loved. Now, hold on. I know what you're thinking. Be feared? That sounds terrible. I don't want to be a tyrant or a bad person. I get it. This idea goes against everything we've been taught about morality. But please, hear me out, because misunderstanding this concept is exactly what keeps so many of us trapped. Machiavelli wasn't promoting cruelty for its own sake. He was a realist. He observed people in power, and he saw a fundamental truth. Human gratitude is fickle and unreliable. Think about it. Love and affection are based on feelings, and feelings are notoriously unstable. When you help someone, they might feel grateful today, but tomorrow, when their own interests conflict with yours, that gratitude can vanish in an instant. They might even turn against you if it benefits them. As Machiavelli wrote, men have less hesitation in offending one who is loved than one who is feared. Why? Because love is maintained by a bond of obligation which, because men are wicked, is broken at every opportunity for their own advantage. But fear is maintained by a dread of punishment which never fails. This isn't about being a monster. It's about understanding the psychological dynamics of power and self-preservation. When people fear the consequences of betraying you, they are far less likely to do so. This fear isn't about terrorizing people. It's about establishing clear boundaries and demonstrating that crossing those boundaries will have definite, unavoidable consequences. It's about earning respect, not just affection. A respected person is someone whose lines you don't dare to cross, not because they are mean, but because they have proven they will stand up for themselves. Let's bring this down to our everyday lives. Think about that colleague who always dumps their work on you at the last minute. You've been nice. You've helped them out, hoping they would appreciate it and stop. But they keep doing it. Why? Because there are no consequences. They don't fear any negative outcome from taking advantage of your kindness. Now, imagine if the first time it happened, you politely but firmly said, "I can't. I have my own deadlines to meet." You didn't yell. You weren't rude. But you established a boundary. You introduced a consequence. They would have to do their own work. They might not love you for it in that moment, but they will respect your time in the future. They will fear asking again because they know the answer will be no. This is the Machiavellian principle in action. The danger of being only loved is that it makes you vulnerable. Your well-being becomes dependent on the goodwill and fickle emotions of others. When you rely solely on being liked, you give away your power. You start people-pleasing, afraid to say no, afraid to stand up for yourself, because you don't want to lose their affection. This is a recipe for being exploited. The person who is only loved is predictable and easy to manipulate. The person who is respected and, yes, a little bit feared, is a person who commands their own space. So, how do we apply this forbidden lesson without becoming paranoid or cynical? It's a delicate balance. Machiavelli himself advised that a ruler should avoid being hated. The goal isn't to be a villain. The goal is to be effective and secure. Here are a few practical steps. First, establish clear boundaries and enforce them consistently. Decide what you will and will not tolerate from others. When someone crosses a line, there must be a consequence. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be as simple as creating distance, saying no, or voicing your displeasure calmly and directly. The key is consistency. Second, demonstrate competence and strength. People respect those who are good at what they do and who are in control of their lives. Focus on building your skills, your knowledge, and your financial independence. When you are a capable and self-sufficient person, others are naturally less likely to see you as an easy target. Your strength becomes a silent deterrent. You don't have to announce it. People will sense it. Third, use rewards and punishments strategically. Don't just give your kindness and help away for free to everyone. Reward those who are loyal, supportive, and respectful. Be generous with those who have earned your trust. Conversely, withdraw your goodwill from those who take you for granted or disrespect you. This isn't about being petty. It's about teaching people how you expect to be treated. Your attention, your time, and your help are valuable resources. Distribute them wisely. Fourth, and this is crucial, learn to be emotionally independent. The desperate need to be loved by everyone is a massive weakness. It makes you a puppet. Understand that it's okay if some people don't like you, especially when you start setting boundaries. The people who are worth keeping in your life will respect you for it. Those who leave were likely just there to use you anyway. True self-worth comes from within, from the approval of others. The great danger Machiavelli warned about was the danger of naivety. The danger of assuming the world operates on principles of pure goodness, and that everyone has your best interests at heart. This naive worldview will get you hurt, again and again. Embracing the idea that it is safer to be feared than loved isn't about abandoning your morals. It's about adopting a more realistic, strategic approach to protecting your peace, your energy, and your goals. It's about trading the fragile, unreliable affection of the many for the solid, unshakable respect of those who matter. Think of it as a shield. Your kindness, your generosity, your love, these are precious gifts. You shouldn't hand them out to just anyone. Your shield of fear, the fear of consequences, the fear of crossing your boundaries, is what protects you, ensuring that you only give those precious gifts to people who deserve them. This isn't dark, it's wise. It is the ultimate act of self-preservation. By understanding and applying this forbidden lesson, you stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the architect of your own destiny. You will navigate the complexities of social life with confidence, secure in the knowledge that you are no one's fool. So, take a look at your life. Where have you been too nice, too accommodating, at your own expense? It might be time to introduce a healthy dose of fear, not through aggression, but through strength, boundaries, and self-respect. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is the path to true, lasting power and freedom. Thanks for watching. If this video opened your eyes, give it a like and subscribe for more insights that challenge conventional wisdom. Let me know in the comments what you think about this Machiavellian idea. See you next time.